we have a combo video. We're going to show you a whole bunch of different games today. How about that? A whole bunch of them. Anyway, well, let's get started. We'll spin the camera around and we'll look over here. And look at our beautiful time machine. I love doing that. Everybody says, don't put those snippets in. I can do anything I want. Is that clear? Anyway, this beautiful time machine, as you can see, has been decked out also with super bright. Our first time machine was super bright. We have all the color coordinated lighting on both below and above the playfield. And can you believe I had one more brand new dual ramp left? The original one, is it still inside the game?
I don't think so.
Yes. Oh, drat. I wanted to show you that what happens is this post breaks right here. This breaks off, and then this gets clobbered and smashed into a million pieces. That's what happened to all the old ramps. The centerpiece is all broken because that's going. So you have to make sure that you have that ramp in there, or that post in there. You have to make sure the screw is tight. If it's not tight, we are in big trouble. Look, I always thought this was the greatest idea. See how the back glass has those openings? And then back here, they have this mirror finish, the same stuff used in Millionaire. And it creates this beautiful, I would call it almost like a Hall effect, where it gives you this three-dimensional look. Stephen, or Tony. I'm calling you Stephen, Tony. I think my eyes just got blinded. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty much the same old stuff in there. Yeah, capacitors, obviously, our button battery cell, all these connectors. Oh, I gotta warn you something. This is important if you take these heads apart. It just happened. One of my imbeciles, one of my men that deliver things, had to take the head off his machine, Monday Night Football. And when he did, when he put everything back together, he got this plug right here on the PPB board mixed up with that plug, which are keyed exactly the same. They're keyed exactly the same. And because of the location, you can see how easy you could get these in wrong. See?
Isn't that imbecile your nephew?
Jonathan! You see? See? It's in the harness. Anybody could do it, but he did it. And it did a whole lot of hurt, that Monday Night Football. It blew out chips on this board, it blew out the transistors on this board, and it even took out the diode of the relay that flashes the GI. Whole lot of hurt. So, before you do this, make sure this corner connector on all Williams and on all Data East games is always brown wires, brown common. Now in Williams they don't have a PPB board, so you can't mix it up, but it's the same exact pinout. The PPB board usually has mostly black in that connector. Time Machine, you can see, only uses 4. The Monday Night Football had a lot more. But if you put those in and you turn the machine on for just a moment, everything on the machine is going to go like this. And then that's it.
How's that go?
Do you think I should fire Jonathan for that? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give him an extra slap. An extra slap. The thing I always like, see, we have our Star Warp here. This machine also has, and you've seen our other videos too, I'm sure, but this machine also has in it, look, a set of chime coils.
There he is.
There's the idiot now. Now, that's... He just had to blurt out a Kurt, didn't he? And it has something called a knocker clacker. That's the noise it makes, plus it makes these noises. Very clever, and that's only when you go into the 50s. Do you hear the very loud I had one location, we vended this machine, and I had one location that called and said it was too loud. So we ended up unplugging the Bell's feature. They did not like it. I suppose you could soften the blow by covering it with a towel as your volume control. It's beautiful. We are shipping this. This is going to upstate New York. Well, I guess we'll try it. Okay, now, your first shot, of course, will qualify you for 100,000. But we're not going to. Anyway, let me show you something. These little buttons here, they produce sound in both different speakers. It's really sharp. It goes through 1970s music, 1980s. Now, did you hear it comes out of just the one speaker? That comes out on this side. Now, once we get to 70s, you can go into the 70s either way. Great stereo dynamics. And now, your bumpers. Your bumpers 70s. Now, of course, you finish you got your 60s lit, so you go up here. You lock that ball up. Now look, this is random. Our shot here is now lit. Our time shot. See, it's going faster and faster. Our star work by about 6 seconds. And I make it. I got the million shot. Isn't that a nice late show? Now, of course, now we go into our new music. But we're not going to stay there, folks. I wanted you to hear that knocker now. Here we go. And now we go into multi-ball. Can you hear the knocker? So you can hear the chimes, but you can also hear the bells. And of course the music here. And of course now our jackpots are now lit on either side. Or energy bonus here. Here's the jackpot shot I mean. Here we go. And it sounds just like one of those TV shows. And then we go back and return. Isn't that light show beautiful? A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game. By the way, some people call me and say, what's wrong with the game? Because when I turn it off and on, it comes up like this. This has a test. And they say, oh, it says there's a bad switch. I said, no, notice it says bad switch. None. So nobody sees it. They call me, oh, it says it got a bad switch. I said, no, it doesn't. If it's got a bad switch, it'll actually come up with it and tell you which one when you first turn the game on. They had that feature, I think, for just the first few games, and then they disbanded it. But, what a nice game. And now we're all done.
Guess who's here?
You'll
never guess.
Let me see.
Kurt?
Santa Claus. Kurt! That's a good one. Santa Claus?
He's still in bed.
Bed? Well, let's see. Somebody's here to give me $1 million.
Nope, it's Richie!
How are you guys?
Richie Knuckles, the king of arcades. The king of arcades.
I brought presents.
Presents?
I
Just
brought
for
presents
me?
for you.
No, for me!
For both of you.
For my lovely wife, huh?
You dumbheads, what do I say? I forgot that
The line is you knuckleheads.
Okay, let's try again. Can we take it from there, you knuckleheads?
Okay, go ahead.
You knuckleheads! Oh! Oh!
Okay. Now, Pam, you can leave.
Like a tree?
I said no.
Oh! What did you bring me, baby? Richie,
Look at
it's
this.
been ages.
Look at that.
Aha!
To hang up on your
The
wall.
Kong 2 off. The Kong off number 2. And look, it's even copyrighted.
Yeah, I got that. And then Billy Mitchell gave this to me to give to you.
The King of Kong
Hot sauce.
at the Smithsonian.
When we were invited to the Smithsonian to celebrate the history of video games. And of course, I don't know if you need more, but here's more for you to do what you want, whatever you want with.
Look, more King of Arcades.
So whatever you want to do with them, I figure you might be out by now.
You know, I have the starring role in this, right behind you.
Absolutely, you're a big part of it.
He does mean big.
You were one of my inspirations for getting into this business, so
That's
we
right.
had to include you in the film.
Remember that, folks. Remember while we're watching. I need a place to put this in. How convenient. We'll put that right inside. But Richie's here for another reason.
Yes.
This is the surprise that we've been tapping with on Facebook. Richie came up with this great idea. He called me. Actually, no, he texted me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or
I am
Facebook message,
even
yeah.
better. Yeah, I am, and he has come up with this idea. Come back. We're going to show you. I'm going to let Richie tell you the idea. It involves one of the rare of the rare, the Discs of Tron, doesn't it?
Yes, I was lucky enough to acquire I guess you would call it the front half of an EDOT. Only that. And I said to the guy I bought it off of, I said, where's the back half? And he said, oh, I threw it away. I go, what do you mean you threw it away? He said, oh, it was too big, it was taking up room.
But did you know that Bally actually made a kit to convert your cumbersome environmental cabinet to a street version? And the kit involved taking this back end off and throwing it away, and then it came with a new marquee on the top, a plate to cover up the troublesome flashing strobe of fluorescent light, and boom, you had a street version. There was one little problem with that. You lost the two speakers in the back. So all the sound gets funneled through the single speaker in the front, the speech and all the music. That was the downside of the street version, but you couldn't move this big thing. Nobody wanted it in their store. You needed two guys to move it, or somebody that was super strong like me. Like me, not you. Anyway, so what is your idea? Now here it is.
Well, Richard Lint from This Old Game, good friend of mine, he provides the art package. So my idea was to come here, take a piece of melamine, lay it against the cabinet, trace it out, and I would router it and recreate the back half. Because I'm reopening the arcade. Our grand opening is going to be somewhere, probably at the end of February, and I'd like to have an EDOT for the grand opening.
And here's the address of the arcade reopening. He's closed the one that we did the video on, but he's reopening his original location. And I told you I always liked that location the best.
It is
I
three
always
times the
liked that.
size. It's 2,500 square feet, and it's the original location on Route 12.
And plenty of parking.
Yup, and it's just if you see the movie The King of Arcades, it's the actual arcade that the movie was filmed in. So it brings you
There's some history.
Yeah, it gives you that whole feel of like a basement arcade. It's originally was called the Basement Store. It was a company that went into people's homes and developed game rooms for their home. So the whole layout looks like a basement. A lot of nice, beautiful crown molding and hardwood floors. So it's really nice.
This is really good. This
Yeah.
is going to be a big help. So
2015.
this is going to be a big year for arcades. So you keep watching because we're going to keep you up to date. As a matter of fact, I'm sure Richie will invite me over for the grand opening.
Yes, the grand opening is going to be
And I just
really
may
fun.
bring the camera with me.
Did you tell everybody what I invited you to as well?
I should. Richie has invited me out to a spectacular California excursion. Oh, actually, when is it?
It's either going to be in November or January. It's the Arcade Expo in Banning, California. And
Center City Banning.
it's actually right by Palm Springs, if no one has ever heard of.
Oh, I have my penthouse in Palm Springs.
It's very close to Palm Springs. And I was just out there last week with Billy Mitchell and Walter Day, Joel West. We had a great time, and a lot of people came up to me and said, what is Todd Tuckey like? What is he like?
Boys, what am I like?
You don't want to know.
Wallace, what am I like?
How many bleeps do you have?
You see, Bondo, wait a minute. Richie, smell.
I know the smell.
Do it. Bondo, that is America's greatest invention.
Duct tape.
You know what? I'll tell you what. Bondo, duct tape, and WD-40. The 3 greatest things ever invented in America.
Do you know who we ran into?
Can we use any of them to fix your car?
Oh, my car! Richie.
I heard. I was asking him if I could do this project, and he wasn't getting back to me right away. So I texted him. I said, I'm starting to feel like you don't trust me, Todd. And Todd got very stern with me, and he said, Richie, I was just in a car accident.
This happened Wednesday
I
night.
felt so guilty.
So I need to show you. Oh, look, recycling.
I was putting the
Televisions.
putting the screws to him, and he's on the side of the road in a
flat
car
screen
accident.
monitor. And Jonathan is the reason I had this accident. Right there, that's Jonathan. Here, look. This happened while Richie was texting me. No, I didn't respond by text. I was talking to Kurt. My beautiful car. Look. The other car was not in nice shape. Oddly enough, my airbag didn't go off, but guess what the estimate was? $4,900. I can't open the hood either, so, but yuck. And it's because of you.
Yeah, but you were texting and driving.
No, I wasn't.
You're texting and driving.
No, he texted me while I was standing there with the cops. And he said, "Why aren't you answering me? What did I do wrong?"
I didn't write that. I said, I'm starting to get the feeling that you don't trust me. And then you sternly wrote back, I was in a car accident, and you know.
Richie, look. That's my first daughter's booties that somebody made for us. And they've been hanging. I transfer them from car to car.
That's beautiful.
So they've been 21 years? No, 18 years. 18 years.
I have a daughter, that's why he told me that.
I move them from car to car. Anyway, so much for that, Richie. Let's get back to our project. People keep telling me they want longer videos anyway. Now here's a basic shuffle alley we're not using. So everything gets recycled, folks. We love recycling. And the scrap dealers come and pick stuff up almost every day. So it works out nice. We are going back in. Back in. Anyway, Richie.
So I'll get started. I'm going to trace it.
You're going to trace it, and I'll tell you what, because we got to film all these other games that have to go out today. We will cut back and forth with you to show the tracings. The man getting this machine is all excited. We got it all done. And now we're doing the final stuff. All these fluorescent lights. Every single one was blown. There's even one hiding way up in here, Richie. I don't know if you knew that. There's actually a fluorescent light behind.
There's got to be like at least 8, if not more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8
Whoa.
fluorescent lights. 8 of them. Yeah.
There's 9.
9.
9. Where's the 9th one?
Up here. I wasn't
miscounted.
I wasn't gonna correct him.
I wasn't gonna correct
I wasn't gonna
him.
correct him. I wasn't gonna. I'd let you have your glory.
My glory. Anyway, you get started. Bring your tools in. Get started. And we'll continue. This Crystal Castles. We do sell stuff as is. We have a collector that's going to buy this, and he's going to do it all himself. So he's got a great piece to start with. So he's going to get this all scrubbed down. So we do sell stuff from time to time without any touch-up. Look at how nice the sides are in this. So he's all excited. He's coming in, when would they say, Monday, to pick that up. Look, a zookeeper. Oh, I almost forgot. Do you smell that, Richie? This is a very rare Disney cartoon called Bone Trouble. This is my other business.
Wow, it smells like salad dressing.
Yes, vinegar. There's only one thing that can ruin film, and that's called the dreaded film vinegar syndrome. And this print, it's at the old Technicolor print. Technicolor is actually black and white film with the color rolled on. And it's really a unique process. This is a Pluto cartoon called Bone Trouble. I think it's 1950. And it has been affected with vinegar. It cannot be removed, and it will eventually kill the print. So we sell these cheaper, but I had to move it out of the office and keep it away from the other movies because this jumps. This is like the flu. The vinegar will actually jump from one game to another. I'll keep it on top of Zookeeper. I'll keep it out of trouble. See, you learn a lot. You learn a lot with our videos.
Every time I'm here, I learn something.
There's more to show you. You have this gold mine called Top Dog. And I'm going to show you this beautiful game. What's his name?
Scott?
Scott. Names. We're just doing it for the movie. I need the glass so they can see how nice the glass is. Oh, it's over there.
Stupid.
So, here, come up front here. Come up front. Do you know how many of these we've sold?
I do not. Why don't you tell me?
I don't know. Dozens and dozens and dozens of them. And we do such good work. And there is Short Round. He worked. You spent hours on this, didn't you, young man? Hours. Beautiful. Really nice shape. By Cracky. Yes, look. Back glass. This is real glass. They went from glass, plexiglass first, the old peg legs. Then they went to real glass for I think 5 machines. Then they went back to a Mylar in the back for the last game. A beautiful, beautiful machine. It's in great shape. I think all we have to do, the finishing touch. Hey Scott, or actually little Chris. See this piece? Can you get one of these? We're going to put a brand new one on it. Right over in our brand new division. That's the crowning touch. Actually, that's very helpful because that lights up. Here, let me turn it off. That's important because it lights up what game you're playing. So when you play the games, depending on what you pick, this is the little checker thing in here. You can actually pick out which game you want to play. See, there's our flash. Isn't that neat? And these are, of course, all coordinated here. Very, very, very nice thing. Oh, can you paint this top strip? This one thing got missed. The master has to go over all this. That's you, young man. This is a strike master. This is going on in our very busy shop. We put new rubbers all around. You can get this from competitive products. Marco Specialty sells it. I made Amusements, may still have it. These are brand new silver. They're actually stainless steel. They're covered by the manufacturer, the guy that makes these for Pinball Resource. The only place in the world that sells these. The only place in the world. You can get that all cleaned up and ready. And then artwork. Stephen went through the artwork and touched up the color. The black was touched up by our own guys. We put new 2x4 on the bottom for the wheels, of course. And then we do the final cleanliness and preparation, including this paint, young man.
Yep, I get that.
Somebody missed something. But you know what he did miss? Look in here. He went in here and scrubbed and cleaned this with a toothbrush. Because that's what gets in easily. You wash this down with Simple Green. You let it sit for, I guess, a good 30 minutes. Then you Simple Green, soap and water it, and get all the crud and rot off the machine. And then she's beautiful. So I think the only thing left is the final cleanup when we take it apart. This has to be completely disassembled to go where it's going to go today. So we'll actually take each piece off the machine and get it ready before it actually goes out. Even the front door has been repainted. Very nice, gentlemen. All right, we did renewed the electronics. You can see we have LEDs in the back. So that looks very nice back here. That lights up the panel and our flash lamps. And of course back here, the button cell. And because we have the new pin score LEDs, all of our displays are LEDs now. We've replaced the old-fashioned glass. There's the driver board for it. Look, no high voltage. So if you have a power supply where the high voltage is blown, you can switch it. Put it in a game that has all LEDs. You'll never need that again. And what we do is we take the fuse out, too. So there's not even a place to put the fuses in. Since we have bypassed it, permanently bypassed it. Very nice. Okay, once we get these pieces on, good, that's perfect. We'll put that one on. Let's move on, Tony, to the next game. Come on. There is so much stuff going on. But this is positively our nicest firepower. I'm going to tell you why. Because my Jason, that's Jason, swing over. That's my Jason right there. My Jason has done some extra stuff on this. Actually, Jason, do you want to show?
No, I don't want to show.
I'll show you what my Jason did. Actually, we just finished painting this. That you'll notice that Steven painted this. So we actually repaint these beautiful original things. That's going to go on in a minute. Actually, look, this is going on. There's the old one. Not much left. You know who makes these? Classic Arcades, Jeff. He reproduces these wonderful things. That'll go in there too. And look what we did. We took out the 2-star rollovers. They were originally red with white. We always change these with brand new ones. Steve Young sells them. We put clear ones in. But what we've done is we've lit them with color changers. Isn't that sharp? And do you notice something else we've never done before? I think it's super sharp. Look. The holes are now lit. All 3 holes. And not only are they lit with green LEDs, super bright, we've tied them into the arrow. Isn't that nice? So now when the arrow is flashing, so will the hole. Look at this thing. It is beautiful. And now these are the super bright LEDs. We switched over to these. How long ago did we switch over, Jason?
4 months.
4 months ago? Actually, look, in advance of no fear in super bright. So you can see all the stuff we take off. Jason's been having a ball with us. He hasn't. He's not happy. Alrighty, here. Brand new glass. Beautiful glass made by Steve Engel. Look at this dazzling, super bright LEDs lighting up our glass. And my lads have carefully color coordinated it. Look here. I want to show you what we did. Original Logic board used to have 4 EEPROMs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 flipper ROMs. Firepower was the only game that used all 6 slots. Well, now there's a combo ROM. That this one chip contains all 4 code for all 4 chips. So there's just less sockets, meaning less to go wrong. Good. We also put the 5101 in a socket. This is the thing that holds the high scores and the free play data, courtesy of our button cell battery that we have converted so we don't have the leaky, weepy batteries. Yuck. Now, right over here, top edge, these are brand new connectors, all been replaced. We also put in these jumpers replacing the resistors, these 7 spots and that one. Those parts there would cause the switches not to pick up every time, and it really only affected newer games. So Williams suggested anything from the Black Knight newer that had fast switch closures to have these jumpers put in. But we do it to everything, don't we, Frank? Capacitors, we've got 4 new caps on the power supply and 2 new high voltage resistors, and we have 3 new caps on our soundboard. That's the speech board that originated with Gorgar, and each of these chips, I believe, holds 3 words, something like that. Those chips back then were $50 a piece. Nice expensive chip. So we're done with that. And now I think we're ready for some gameplay. Let's go here. Give it a start. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Now, firepower rules are very simple. And I always liked the fact that they were. I think that's why people have not only rediscovered it, but I actually have people waiting to get one of these. When you roll through, any of the lanes up top makes that really nice sound, that bump, bump, bump. And your right flipper can move. Courtesy of the first game to have the feature called the lane change. Yes. First game. Isn't that nice? When you spell fire, it lights up your fire. But your power is not lit, is it? But if you spell power, isn't that a great sound? Your flash And you've gotten your firepower and you're up to 2 times. Now, when you complete 1 through 6, it lights 2 of your lock holes. Now, that's the setting is 2. If you make the game harder, you can actually, you have to do 1 at a time. But the game spots you 2 right off the bat. Notice, look, isn't that sharp? The green light and our hole are both flashing. We roll in there, lock our ball. Here's your second ball, look at our other one. Doesn't that look nice? It's so easy to do. A child could do it.
A child could do it.
I love using that clip. Frank, don't you think that clip is what? Oh, my beautiful wife, no! You can't leave. Honey, you can't leave.
He's so bad. I worked all day today.
All day.
I'm
She's
going home.
exhausted. One day we. Oh!
Bye. We're like, one day? I was here all week.
Now get out! Isn't she wonderful? We love our women, don't we? Okay, now we're going to lock up our last hole. And look, isn't that neat how the fire it counts down? And we go into that dynamic. All courtesy of Williams' amazing programmers at the time. Well, let's go and see how Richie is making out with discs. Oh, big difference here, Richie. Now, what are you doing? Tell me what you're doing.
Well, last time I was here, I don't know if you remember, it wasn't like this. It wasn't together. It wasn't so...
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And I see now why you didn't write back to me right away. There was no car accident. That was all staged. The fact of the matter is, I would not lay this on its side and use my router to trace it. So I'm going to have to go the other route, which is...
Very clever.
Yep, and...
The old-fashioned way.
Yep, and as if you see there, I put the clamp on it, so I got it nice,
Clamp-o-matic.
nice and tight, and traced it all out. So what I'll do is I'll just take that home, and I'll router that with I'll make what they call jigs for each I don't know what you would call that, each radius. I'll make some jigs, and then just duplicate it for the other side. And
you'll have this available for purchase.
Yep, available for purchase.
Somebody now, of course, you'll have to get the clamature together, but because of this old game, you'll be able to get the glass panels. Mm-hmm. So you'll be able to do quite a bit to this to get this back in order.
And I took a lot of pictures so that I can recreate all the angles correctly.
Insides, the guts.
The channels for the wiring. And of course, the only thing I'll have to do is I'll have to have all the brackets fabbed up.
Yes.
That's the only thing.
But
I think there's like probably 4 or 5 brackets.
Maybe you'll have a package. So this is all in the works. But once he gets the stuff designed, you'll be able to order this kit. You'll have to come up with the other stuff too, of course. But you got to get a good start to bring your Discs of Tron Street back to a Discs of Tron Environmental.
Yes. And when I open, I want to have the environmental running, to make people go, wow.
They would be wowing, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they'd be wowing. You might say, wow. If you're wondering what I'm drinking, this is vegetable bile. It's grinded up kale and all kinds of stuff.
Richie, you obviously don't understand. Oh, God, it smells like my film. Obviously, what you don't understand is this is the way to go, coffee.
Oh, yeah.
And coffee is how we do it. Oh, Frank's here. Franklin, you came. He gave us a wave. He said he's ready for another Frank's Tips. And his name is officially Franklin. Somebody says, why do I call him Franklin? His name is actually Franklin.
Say that again.
Franklin.
No. Franklin, you came. Notice I didn't say that's what you said.
There's children watching. Look, that's South Park. That's not good. Well, it's almost done. We've got so many games going on, Richie. The Shuffle I is going out this afternoon, so we're doing the final touches to this thing.
Since I'm here and I'm going to be driving back with an empty truck, what do you have for me that I could take home?
Well, I've got a box of cables. These are valuable. $100. $100.
I canceled cable.
You actually want me to come up with a Tato Space Invaders again
No, no. I still have that one. I'll never get rid of it.
for HB Olympics.
I have that too. I'll never get rid of it. Todd gave me these special deals, and I
did.
could never resell them.
Well, Richie, what,
I could never resell
are
them.
you aware that
I feel guilty.
up here on the top edge, there's a whole bunch. Actually, that one right there, that's a moon base mini. I actually can recognize that. There's a whole bunch of mini games waiting to be restored from my collection up in that rack up there. I hear my lovely wife.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Give her 2 minutes. I got to be careful or she'll pop me again, Frank. Anyway, back to work, Richie. Back to work.
I'm gonna take it off and let's see what it looks like.
Okay. Oh, another one. In our big, massive amount of work. Wallace is busy here. Jonathan, are you going to be able to crate this up in time?
Probably not.
Can you hold the camera? We got a Street Fighter II Champion Edition in that beautiful Dynamo wedge cabinet. Here we go. The customer requested this original black tea molding. These great joysticks that your Street Fighter's known for. They're nice and tall. So you got plenty of room. Obviously, brand new red, white, and blue buttons. Brand new control panel overlay. This old game sells the control panel overlay. God bless them. Yes. Red. Looks terrific. New coat of paint. Jonathan, back here. Inside, the Wells Garner chassis has new capacitors. That's the 7000. The Wells Garner, I think, give the crispest, clearest picture for regular resolution monitors. So he's going to put the back on that. Game, of course, is on a free play now, but it is set up. The joysticks feel terrific. So these buttons load in the characters, all electronic. As you know, Street Fighter just has 4 characters, and then the Champion has 8, right, Jonathan?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if you knew this, but I'm really good at this. If you hit a combination of all the buttons, see how good I'm doing? See? Jonathan, I'm winning. I'm killing Guile. He's just standing there doing nothing. That's because I'm playing 2-player. Now if he gets even now, see, look. See, this is how you play Street Fighter. See? Look at him, he's defenseless, that big blob. See, look at him, I'm killing him, and now the knockout. I know, Wallace, I'll get out of your way. Look at him. Look at him. You know what today is, Wallace?
It ain't hump.
Friday.
It's payday, and guess what? There's going to be a lot of snow, and it's going to get really cold.
But you said the magic words, payday. You gonna get paid today?
No, not you. But you know, even if it gets really cold, I don't know if you knew this, but
Cold never bothered me anyway.
Never bothered me.
I can do that line whenever I want. Who put this in my way?
In my area.
Can I? It's my video. I feel like a lump of trash right now. See, that's the peanut gallery. Is that the same maximum force you were working on earlier?
For 2 hours? Yes.
Wait a minute. Where's Richie? I haven't seen him for a while. I'll bet he's in the showroom. We're on the hunt for Frank. Richie wants to say goodbye. Where is that boy? Oh, Richie, there's a rare one.
Space Panic?
Space Panic.
Yeah, that was in the movie. Remember how funny that was?
That should be in your... See, it's got the light-out display.
Yeah, that's great.
That should be in your collection.
Yeah, that's a funny one.
Do you know I have a cabaret, dedicated cabaret Space Panic?
I think that's why we put it in our movie. Oh, look, someone got to this kill screen.
Ah, look, the kill
Someone got to
screen.
this kill screen, and they left it there. Let's navigate the dots. Navigate the dots.
A broken game. But look, Superman's working like a dream.
That's crazy.
Oh, here's one of those high-def flat screens, Rich. People love them. The Echo by Marx.
Interesting.
Anyway, Richie, let's find. Where's Frank? I don't know where he went, but Richie's
Frank.
Richie's got to get out of here. He's got to get out of here. Let's see if we can find that boy. Oh, there's Franklin.
There's Frank.
Frankie wants to say goodbye.
Take care, Richie. Drive carefully. See ya.
Take care.
Adios.
Good to see you
He's
again.
adiosing. Let's go out back and see this man off. Ah, Richie. Well,
So the guy inside is going to buy what?
well, I'm hoping he's going to buy a skateball and a Mrs. Pac-Man.
I've never heard of a Mrs. Pac-Man before.
Everybody hates it when I say
What's a
Mrs.
Mrs. Pac-Man?
Mrs. Pac-Man. I used to have people call it and say, I'm going to buy one of those Mrs. Pac-Mans. And I don't bother correcting them because I think it's cute.
It is cute. It's cute.
Well,
It is.
Discs of Tron, folks. Soon
Get
to
started
be
on it.
Richie's Arcade. You got your homework cut out. Richie's Facebook page is, in fact, just a plain Richie Knuckles.
Oh, the Facebook page is just Richie Knuckles. Yep, with a Z. Knuckles with a Z. And then our
Yep. You
website
can-
for the arcade is just richieknuckles.com.
Yep. Like his page.
Please.
And then you can keep getting notices when he does updates.
Please.
Makes it easy.
Thanks a lot for having me again, Todd.
Where he's back from more. We're all waiting for King of Arcades Part 2.
Yeah, that could be in the works.
Hey, maybe we'll do something when we go to California.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
By
Dave
the-
Gubernat, we wish you would have showed up.
Yeah, Dave, you
Dave
didn't
Gubernat.
come.
Oh,
you
yeah.
didn't come, Dave.
That's how you roll.
I told you could come, and we waited until 1. No Dave.
No Dave.
No show.
We love you, Dave.
Goodbye, Richie.
See you guys. Take care.
Come. Ah, back here. Tony is working on Road Kings. Cabinet's done. He took everything off the play field, as you can see, all nice and neat, lined up here. And he's already started rebuilding it, which includes new rubbers for the targets here. We have new stickers to go on. He's already started the LED process. And of course, Steven is going to work his magic. There's always a rough spot there. He's going to paint that and go over all that before the paper, or the plastic is put on. By the way, Road Kings has a row of lights back here. Frank, can you poke your light on? This lights the city. See back here, all these lights, and there are 2 flash lamps too. So obviously we're going to put LEDs in them. But yeah, they have dark parts on the top. Tony, I was just showcasing your beautiful firepower.
Oh, firepower, you see it? Right there. Made
They're mean to me.
not so easy.
And you know who's never mean to me is that Steven. He's vicious to me. Anyway, I guess Tony's are you getting ready to go home?
Yes.
Oh, another short Saturday. Here, come this way.
What's happening? Nobody comes in.
Nobody even come over here.
I'm not, young man.
Good.
I'm coming over here to show a maximum force. The man that ordered firepower has also ordered maximum force, but see, this isn't quite a maximum force. We are now putting 2 games in one, using the original factory boards. Frank has, come back and I'll show it Frank, who's working the camera. My beautiful Frank has come up with a way we can burn the chips and put a combo kit in. So we have both games in, and no annoying hard drive anymore. We have this wonderful flash ROM that takes all the moving parts away from it. So, and of course we put all new capacitors in. You see we put these stickers on so when we know when we did it. So it says here October 2014, this chassis was rebuilt, new power supply. You know, we sell the old ones, there's nothing wrong with them, but we always put a new power supply into everything before we sell them. That seems like the thing to do. New T-molding, yellow T-molding. Steven has touched up the cabinet. Now, he's done something unique on this. Let me show you something. You would never know. Frank, just show the details here. Show over here, look. Now, I'm going to tell you what Steven did. Because you would never know. Stephen has created this black border. You can't even feel it. It's beautiful, it's perfect, it's sharp, it's cut just right. He has made a black border because the edges were a little tattered. And now the game has a black border. And you would never know, but now you do. The side art's just gorgeous on this. This is an original factory Atari cabinet. This has the direct firing speaker right in your face. And of course we always top it off to make sure the guns are good. And look at this beautiful, gosh, beautiful picture. Frank, it's turned on again.
Sorry, Scrooge, you need heat.
Well, you know what we're going to do? Because the heater is kicked on, and this is a very long, as you see, video, we are going to end this video and say have a nice weekend, and Monday we have more coming. Good night. Now, get lost!